Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Seller Club podcast. We're so excited to be here today with a very special guest, Dawn Block, and she is going to have the privilege of dropping that beat. So, Dawn, would you please
drop that beat?
Awesome. You just nailed it. Thank you so much for dropping the beat.
Pretty good. She's like a pro already.
She's like, I am ready to drop that beat. I love it. Well, we're so excited that you're here with us. And just so that everybody knows who you are and what you do at eBay, would you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I'm Dawn Block. I'm the VP and GM of the U.S. business here at eBay and our global selling team.
Casual.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's an incredible, I have to pinch myself.
Right.
It's an incredible opportunity for me to meet with just sellers like yourself. And in my selling remit, I have the opportunity to see your teams and just so many sellers from around the U.S. and around the globe. And so it's really just a fun honor that I have to hear what is important to make these businesses work.
Totally. We love that. We appreciate you so much. We know you're at the helm leading so many things that directly affect our businesses every day. And it's so cool. Ken and I have had the privilege of getting to know you a little bit already,
right.
But you know, it's awesome to see your passion for sellers and the small businesses that they represent and they run kind of always top of mind for you. Like it's obvious in how you work. So it's so cool.
Thank you so much.
I think I just want to call out that I think, with being around seller events, I have noticed more and more that, we get to see Dawn more. And we've seen her in DC from previous eBay Open and all the events that are going on, not just in words, that eBay and the leadership and the employees in eBay truly cares for the sellers. And for us to be even here and be accepted and said yes to shows that it's a fun partnership. Truly, we get to have a win-win situation and share knowledge and ultimately, get intertwined with life and business.
It's so true. And the richness of the community and the opportunity that I have to learn from you both, but from our seller community more broadly it's super important. And it's what makes our platform better. And quite honestly, the opportunity to stitch together sellers and buyers and bring this community to life, it's my honor. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to chat a bit.
Of course. Well, we have really fun questions for you. But just kind of sticking for a minute to your role at eBay, do you have like a favorite experience you've had so far in this role?
Gosh.
It's probably hard to pick.
It is actually.
I'm still going to ask you to try.
I will. Probably the one that springs to mind is the one that we were just talking a minute about. So I had the opportunity in early May to join a group of sellers. You both were there, which was amazing, and many other sellers in
awesome.
DC. Yeah, at the Small Business Advocacy Day. And it's something that we do, and it brings together small business owners like yourself, along with our important legislators, and really, I think it humanizes and brings these important ideas to life. I find sometimes it could be challenging to really understand the way the laws and potential legislation can impact individuals who are building their business. And so the opportunity to bridge that conversation was super critical, but also really fun.
Yeah. It's really intense.
It was intense. Yeah, I've got my steps in that day. I don't know about you both.
The Capitol is so huge.
And beautiful.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What a great time to be there early May.
Yeah, it was.
But, and I had an opportunity, not only did I get to spend time with you both, but I got a chance to just meet with so many entrepreneurs from around the U.S. who had built their businesses. And, I talk a little bit in some upcoming, open sessions when we're all together, but I met with Dennis Hong, who's built his business in Texas, and just individuals like that from around the U.S. who have just seen these opportunities and started them from scratch. So that has to go on the highlight reel.
Absolutely. I mean, for us too, like that was such an incredible experience. And there was such an awesome group of sellers there.
It really was. Yeah.
And just, the whole government relations team on eBay did such an awesome job putting that together. And I know it's like totally by far not their first rodeo. Like they do this every year, but for me and Ken, it was the first time.
It was. I mean, I had to get fitted with my suit, you know what I'm saying? I had to come
proper. I didn't own a suit before that.
I had to come proper, but also I had to bring the sneakers sneakers. You know, you gotta bring
You
the
did bring the
flavor.
kicks.
Yeah. So I gotta
Yes,
bring
you
the sneakers.
sure
So,
did.
That's right.
so that was pretty cool.
Which
And,
was
you know,
smart considering all the
those
all the
steps.
walking. So
Crazy.
it
I
turned,
should have
it turned to
taken
my
a
advantage. So,
page out of your book.
Yeah,
I
so-
know, same.
So moving forward, if you guys need any, sneakers advice, hit me up.
How to
And,
wear sneakers with the
with
suit.
the suit.
I mean-
that would be a good video. How to wear sneakers with the suit.
You're welcome
Thanks for
for
the
that.
ideas.
Yeah,
Thanks
you're
for the
welcome.
ideas.
Coming to life.
I mean, we all need to know. That's really funny. Well, another area of eBay that's kind of, I would say, newer, like government relations isn't newer for us. That experience was, but actually to the platform is eBay Live.
Yes.
Live selling.
That
Yeah.
has been
Yes.
so interesting. It's been a hot topic. We have had like some interaction with all of that, but I'm just really curious about like what is your perspective on kind of the evolution of eBay Live?
Yeah.
Like what have you seen so far? How do you see it going forward? Like just any of that. I know that that's an area that you're, working and aware of. So
Yeah, I am very excited about the focus that we're giving live commerce as a company. And what I love, there's so much to enjoy about the work that's coming to life there. But one of the key things that I really find is it's this perfect intersection of the personality and vibrancy of our sellers and the things they're passionate about with the connection point to the things that our buyers are passionate about.
Yeah.
I really think there's no better way to see a seller come to life
Right.
than actually see them on the screen and
For
see
sure.
their passion talking about whether
Yeah.
it be sneakers
Right.
or trading cards or fashion. Seeing Linda of Linda Stuff
Yep.
talk about
Yeah.
her fashion.
Linda.
Yeah.
It's really incredible. And so it's just this fun opportunity to meet the consumers where they are. And it's one of the things that I feel like, when you're shopping more traditionally, you miss the opportunity to hear the item talked about or
Right.
see how it might fit or turn it around. But you get to see all those things in live. Plus, you get the platform to connect to the seller and the buyer.
Yeah.
And as eBay continues to invest here, we really want to be anywhere where these communities need
Right.
to come together.
For sure.
So if you're passionate about collecting or you're passionate about great fashion or you want to see the electronics up and close, you get to find these platforms where you can really see it happen. And that's what, what we get excited about as an organization. So.
Yeah, for live selling, it has been something that I have tried before. I've done a few
Yeah.
of them already, and still, I think in a seller perspective, we are very in the early days. I see it as a virtual store, right? We do have
That's a great way to say
static
it.
listing, but I think I heard a quote, turning your passion into profession.
Mm-hmm.
When you said that, you just light up when you talk about something that you truly care about. And that's really unique with eBay. I think live selling is creating that excitement that, I cannot, put exclamation marks on my listing that I'm excited.
You can.
You can, but it's not going to rank
It's
well.
not good for SEO. Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. But I can't take a selfie on my shoe and post a photo there.
Please don't.
That would be funny, but really excited about that, and just seeing it from afar that there's more categories opening up.
That's
I've
right.
been a part of sneakers, and Anna, why don't you tell about your live selling experience?
I
'Cause
would
she
love
just
that.
went live.
I've done one.
Yeah, she's done one.
But in the apparel category, but yeah, I think it is like it does feel more relational and there's definitely some entertainment value too, right? Which is interesting. But I love that how you said that kind of you're finding ways for buyers and sellers to connect, like and kind of meet everyone where they are. Like that really makes sense to me because honestly, when I started my eBay store, I loved the fact that I did not really have to interact with anyone much. It was more or less anonymous to sell stuff on the internet and like it wasn't front facing. And at the time, like I really needed that. I was recovering from some burnout in my career and like everybody doesn't have to sell live, but now like that's been years now. And so it's really interesting to have this new, different way, a new skill set to build to connect with buyers, like you said, in kind of a different way that maybe there is some added value to that. And it's like more fun than I expected, honestly. Too.
I love to hear that. I love
It was
to hear
really
that.
fun, yeah.
I love the relationship that comes to life
Yeah.
when you get to bring that together. Oh, I'm super excited. Well, it's going to be an ongoing piece of our conversation.
Awesome.
Yes,
I
yes.
look forward to it.
I'm excited. And anything else, Anna? You have more questions?
I do. Well, I have some like for funsies questions.
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious if you could swap jobs with any character, like book, movie,
I love this
otherwise,
one.
who would you swap with and why? Like, and also what do they do in case we don't know that character? What is their job?
I don't know what you'll think of this one, but my guilty pleasure when I have downtime is to turn on like an HGTV, like home remodel.
Oh, I'm right there with
cooking
you.
contest, something like that. And so I would probably swap with like a Joanna Gaines or something like that who is remodeling something.
Yes. Okay.
And my family's constantly tired of me swapping things in and out of the house. But I love starting a project. I love having a vision. I love seeing it come to life. I love to pat myself on the back, take a
So
when it's all put
satisfying.
satisfying at the end.
Right.
And if I had to, I'm always envious of people who can go to their kitchen pantry, pull together 3 to 4 things, and make a delicious meal. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I'm still working on that one too. Like, what can I make with these? What's in here? Yeah. Oh my gosh, for real.
Those are my favorite.
That was a great answer. I love
Great
that.
answer. Yes.
I tend to agree with that. Well, another one that's just for fun is there any experience you've had professionally, I guess, not necessarily in this role, it doesn't have to be, but like just from your career that was like really hilarious or maybe not hilarious at the time, but you look back on now and you laugh.
Yes, I have many to draw on, sadly, to answer this question.
Great.
But the one that springs to my mind the most, very early in my career, I had a role where you were going to those big markets where you source things to sell, right? So you source furniture in some of those big markets. And I had we'd gotten a rental car, and I had driven my boss. I was the driver. He was the passenger. I park it in one of those great big parking garages.
Okay.
Right.
We go for our day. We've got appointments, miscellaneous all day long. Day wraps up. We're both exhausted, ready to wrap up. And I cannot remember where I parked the car.
Oh, no.
And so we promptly spend hours looking
traversing
for
the entire garage.
Now we can both chuckle about it. We're still know each other in the industry, etc. But I did, just floor to floor, trying to remember.
Oh my gosh.
That is me. That is me. That is me without JC, my wife JC. So now she actually takes a photo
That's
of
the
that.
well, as do I.
Yes.
she
early
photo.
on in your career.
Well, talk about a practical application, guys.
Right, there you
Here's
go.
your pro tip for the day.
Yeah.
Take a photo of where you parked in the garage. Make sure there's like some kind of a label nearby. What
Exactly.
section you're in, what floor you're on even would be helpful. That's hilarious. And very relatable. Well, speaking of relatable, we do have a lightning round.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you
There we
ready?
go.
Ready for the
We
lightning?
need like a thunder effect.
Okay.
Can we come up with that?
Yep. I got you.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay.
My girl. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
All right. And
She's a cat
no
person.
comment. No, just kidding. I'm not judging you either way. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Total morning person.
Wow.
Yes, do not try to, we can't engage after, the evening. I'm very much not.
Okay.
You're like, it's all shut down.
I'm not in my A game.
Awesome.
That is awesome. Well done. Anything else that you wanna bring up or maybe tell our listeners about something that is near to your heart?
Yeah, I just want to end on gratitude.
Awesome.
I really just appreciate the selling community, and I appreciate the feedback we get and the commitment and just to the improvement and working together and just having these ongoing conversations. It makes us all better. And it takes, I find the time that people will invest with us to give us that feedback just so invaluable. So I just really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to our time together.
Yes, us too. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. And it is mutual, and we are very thankful as well to have this opportunity and also to have eBay as our partner for this podcast. And, we were just telling you earlier that we just celebrated our 10,000 downloads. So thank you so much for that. And it's, definitely wouldn't have been possible without eBay. So throughout building a business, we get to build and foster a community that has been very giving. So we want to extend it as well, passing it forward to the next generation of sellers. And because we have been helped, and now we want to help more.
I love that.
So thank you so much. And that is a wrap. Seller Club Podcast. And we are back. The whole crew is back. Anna, Glenn, what is up? How are you?
So good to be here.
Hello.
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 So kind. But again, huge shout out to eBay and to our VP Don Block for coming in our podcast. I think that's pretty much the highest ranking eBay employee that we got on our podcast. So that's pretty excited. And Anna obviously did a great job asking Don, and that was on purpose because we had to stay on
Had to stay on track.
yeah, on the track. Because if it was me, I'd be asking snacks. I'd be asking something.
She was
different,
delightful, though. She was really easy
Yes,
to
that's
interview.
true, that's true.
She made it easy for us. But,
So,
snacks are a good
community.
topic.
Oh, exactly. The snacks, I saw that. And also a little free time, a little talking about the cooking stuff, and a little, you guys hit some rapid fire in there, some questions. So it was good. It was good.
Yeah, we had to have a little fun.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you think about community and live? And what do you want to start off first? Community side?
I think I could. I like how she brought up the community, and she was, very thankful about it. I think she brought it back again. Being in different seller events this year recently since she took over, I have seen her presence more and more. I thought kind of like, because I asked her too, on the side, I was like, man, Dawn, you've been like traveling a lot, and she's making it to a point to be at every seller community event that she could be. And I think this year we've seen her 3 times already or 4 times. So
Yeah.
I lose count of all the times, but it's been good, and I think it shows as the leadership become part, and us as eBay employees become part of meetups and seller events. I think it just kind of like shows the solidarity of both sellers and employee, which is always cool because that way we can always sneak in all the feedbacks that we want. whether
Usually
something,
we're not that sneaky. We're just
right,
like,
we're not
yo.
that sneaky now, but usually there's a lot of things that we want changed, and at the end of the day, I think the best thing we can do is kind of like yell it out to the people that are willing to listen. I appreciate that because we're not IT background people that we can code things for them.
Yeah, do it like this. No, I think that's true though. Like you're saying, Ken, Dawn has shown up in person to a lot of stuff that we've been at this year, and I think that's really cool. And she doesn't just show up and like show her face. Like she's showing up with a live demonstration of her willingness and interest in listening. So I think that's really cool. Like it's really been a consistent experience, I think. But one thing that I just wanted to comment on, listening back to this interview after we did it, is just that I love how much she mentions fun. And obviously she's like a serious leader and business person. And I think it's just worth noting that having fun and creativity kind of as a priority is not really like an opposite thing for being a serious leader or a serious business person. And in fact, it's like this very fundamental, pun totally intended, fundamental like human like need and satisfaction need that we all have. And I just love to hear her interjecting like her kind of lightheartedness and sense of fun into what she does, because I think that makes a huge difference. And I just really noticed that when I listened back to a lot of our interview. So I think that's so cool. I wish more leaders led like that.
And I think community-wise, as far as like me and Ken and how long we've been in the community, has always been, it's always a little weird, right? Like you have the people that really support and want to help each other grow as sellers.
Yeah.
And then you have the ones that like see you as competition, that are, you're taking their items to sell, or you're ruining everything by letting secrets out, and usually those are the ones that don't grow, right? I mean,
Yeah.
because they're so scared of competition, and they don't make those right decision moves because they're worried about what everybody else is doing. And honestly, without, knowing or learning from other sellers, there's no way I would have gotten into this level of selling when it comes to like sourcing, or even knowing on selling on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Learning from like the good and bad and everything. And, after like the first, I don't know how many lives me and Ken did on Whatnot, we always like talked right afterwards, like, how did this go? How did that go? What can we improve on? Like, what did or didn't we like, and did it go smooth, or what happened there? And then same thing on eBay. How do we get more money? Listed value that Ken first talked about on the other podcast as well. Like, when you have that, because you don't have any coworkers, so I mean, what to find another seller or more sellers that can help you and you help them, that's what we're looking for.
Yep, I think community is key, and I want to go back and touch on something that you talked about. I mean, as live selling, right? Like, between the three of us, you have been the most consistent as of late, because you've found your stride in live selling, and ironically enough, me and Anna have streamed on eBay and you haven't. So from the outside perspective, what do you think eBay could do differently, or what have you seen, the stuff that maybe from your learnings with live selling on Whatnot, what are probably differences that's the pros and the cons that you can think top of head?
Oh man, I feel like both platforms bring like so many good positives, and but then they could also do so much more on both sides.
Yeah.
Even, like live selling is like super new still.
Yeah,
and,
it's. I was gonna say that, like, it's all really new.
So I think that the future of it can be something even bigger than what it is now, but which platform is going to come out, I guess, on top, as you would say, or maybe there's just multiple platforms running it well. We don't know. But I would say like what Whatnot does great compared to eBay right now is like perfecting the like payments. Like being able to get
no unpaid items.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
And just like the bidding and instant payment right then and there.
Yeah.
Well, you get the money after, of course.
You actually get paid ASAP, right?
Yeah,
like after
when you
your
print out the label.
Like, you could,
That's interesting.
Print out the label. That money is already in your
moves
account.
to your account. Yeah.
So
I like that accountability. That's cool.
Exactly, and I think
It's
that
like, well,
really
if you
helps out a
don't
lot.
ship it.
If you don't ship it, then there you go.
Right.
And so that's good on that end. But eBay, of course, brings a different type of market and customers, right? Like they can't be touched when it comes to bringing in.
Imagine if they could tap in EIS through live selling too.
Yeah, that would be.
We'd be selling to the world.
Yeah, that'd be ginormous. With Whatnot, I feel like I want to see them just acquire more customers.
Yeah.
And I feel like eBay has that right there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like branding their eBay Live and kind of pushing it more. Once they've kind of perfected it to the way that they want to get to a certain level. I would say on the eBay side, what I like about it too, though, is that they don't have, everybody and their mom and grandma selling on the platform. I feel like Whatnot's letting everybody.
It's
they've
not
let
super
everybody
saturated, and there's like quality control kind of at this stage, because since it's like basically beta.
Yeah, like really trusting sellers.
You'd rather it be hard to get in than easy to get in, right? Because I mean, we've seen the effects, right? Like I haven't heard any scams going on eBay, but on the other platform, there have been people that are just pop in and then sell 500 shoes and then not ship it and run.
Yeah.
Well, I think that on the Whatnot side, though, what's good for them is that they've already have like 2 to 3 steps ahead of all the other platforms when it comes to trying out different things. Like you don't really know what kind of scams or ripoffs or stuff that's really available yet until you actually start building that platform. And then so they run into things, and then hey, now we know we can put this in our terms, try to fix this so it doesn't happen again. eBay hasn't gotten to that yet, like Ken said, but it could happen. We don't know. They're just not there yet. And so but I don't know. I mean, I want to see eBay Live really, maybe it is doing well. I mean, we don't know because we don't really see that many sellers compared to the
percentage
side,
of sellers going live, right? Like it could be like
and categories.
There could be
only a
only
handful of
2
categories.
sellers, 3 sellers on each category, but they're selling way more because there's less competition. It's kind of like you're on your own, right? Like I haven't really seen like people going against going head to head in the same category, which is that could be interesting. That could be a cool rule that everybody gets a time slot or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're not consistent, you lose it. Kind of like like a TV, like QVC
Yeah.
back in the
Right.
day, right? Like
Yeah.
that's at 11 p.m. or something like that. At a certain time, your show rolls, and if you're not there,
Yeah.
nobody, you can't sell, or they sell that spot to somebody else. But that would be cool. But yeah, I mean, a lot of that, a lot of the interview, took place when me and Anna were prepping for eBay Open.
Yep.
The largest seller conference of the year is coming up, and
This
It
week.
this week. It's ready this week.
Yeah.
2 more sleeps, right? 2 more
Yep.
sleeps when
Yep.
when this launch.
When it comes out, right? September 25th and 26th is the conference.
Yeah, and you don't want to miss it because there's gonna be a bunch of surprises.
Yeah, you definitely will hear more from Dawn too, which is one reason we wanted to feature her today because you might feel like you know her a little bit more when you hear from her on stage at Open. So
Very
Yep,
true.
and
I mean,
then, like-
anything else? Well, Ken, one last thing though.
Yeah.
What's the other platform that's live selling?
Oh, Jamble.
Jamble.
There's another one though.
There-
That
Well,
remember
does
like
it?
a lot of the sneaker guys went to this.
Poshmark does live, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
network.
Poshmark. There we go. So man, there's
Yeah.
already 5 that we didn't even talk about like all 5 of
Wow.
those. Like,
Yeah. And then there's another one. There's
man.
another one that goes to SneakerCon too. I forgot. They have one too.
oh man,
It's all
I have
only
no
sneakers.
idea.
Remember you remember when all those sellers went there?
yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't
it's not
remember right
network.
now. But,
But,
you've gone live, whatnot, eBay, Jamble.
Yeah.
So
Just
I mean,
only three.
but those,
forgot about
only
Jamble.
3. But that's a
Right,
you-
like I actually can stream on Poshmark too. I could like go live on Poshmark. I just haven't. But no, like I've heard stories of just live streaming what do you call that, production sets, or like live streaming
Oh.
farm already in California.
Wow.
So there's like pretty much like a room where you could just live stream and just have your own I mean, TikTok live is
Oh man, we didn't even talk
wild.
about
I know
that.
somebody that's making like $300-$400 per hour on affiliates only.
Oh my
man.
goodness.
Yeah, and then all you gotta do is you actually pick the product that you want to sell. So like like one of those gummy vitamins, like is it Goldie or Jolie?
Oh
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know which one.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like you can sell those in there and just talk about the benefits.
Oh my gosh.
And then if they buy through you, you get like $7 per product or something
Wow.
like that.
That's a lot.
Man,
Yeah, and then there's people that are doing. I'm actually interested in doing this. Have you seen those walking platforms,
yeah,
walking treadmills?
Yeah.
People
Oh,
do
yeah.
that there. They just walk and then just talk about it.
Oh,
And then it's
man.
the same Amazon product. They're like $100. I mean,
Yeah.
imagine if you get like 10-15% of that, and then you're actually getting your exercise done while just going live.
I mean, that's pretty smart. Like that's like a whole other way to basically do a sponsorship, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was, this workout is sponsored by TikTok Shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember they
good
said
good
that
for accountability too.
that person that set the record. Remember they had like how many items that they sell within. I forgot what the world record was.
Oh,
Remember, like
yeah,
they showed
there
the item
was,
for
right?
like 2 seconds or something.
Yeah.
They just like kept going.
Which one was that?
It was overseas though. It was like
It was in Asia for sure.
Sounds
Yeah.
exhausting.
That is
Yeah.
wild.
The
It was
world
just like
record.
yeah, like selling an item every 2 seconds or every
Oh my
1 second.
goodness.
I forgot. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
But
Not
so
with that.
yeah, I'm excited how it would evolve. Hopefully, if this eBay Open, we're gonna see some talks about it, some plans
About live.
about live selling, right? Like
Yeah.
I think I'd be curious because we might have some possibilities to price some people and make people spit out some information that are not
Ooh.
illegal but early access. So
There we go.
I'd be excited to do that because
Always
like
pushing the
Q4.
envelope.
Yep.
Q4 is always fun, right? Like everybody's always in a season to buy, and That
Yeah,
would be
that's
cool.
true.
Hey, you might see the Hustle Bee go live again because, so far it's been Hustler Hacks and Anesthetic Miscellany,
Yep.
going live. So you might
Yeah.
go live again.
Kenny making
Yeah,
a return.
I'll have to
Yeah.
talk next time I have a live show coming up. I'm like trying to kind of like put a little more thought into them, I guess, like themes and whatever. So next time I'm doing one, I will let you guys know what's
Yep.
up, and you can give me notes on it.
No,
That would-
yeah,
that
we
would be
could
fun.
go in there and criticize and criticize. I
Yeah,
mean, give
just
her a
come
critic.
troll me if you want. If you're gonna troll, you have to buy something. That's my rule.
Yeah, that is true. $1 per troll. So
Yeah.
the more
Trolls with
the
wallets
dollar you spend,
are
the more
welcome.
trolls you get. But also too, on a serious note, make sure you register for eBay Open again. And one of our podcast sponsor, the Seller Ledger, is actually a sponsor for the event as well. And they
Yes.
will have a virtual booth. So I just want to remind everybody to make sure you stop by, say hello, tell them Seller Podcast sent you, or maybe drop some green hearts in their chat. When you drop green hearts,
Yes.
that means y'all came from
Seller
here.
Club
So
sent
show
us.
some love. It is very cool. I believe they're gonna have some demos going on. So there is gonna be cool. You get to see the product, and also all the links to get to get all your trial periods are gonna be on the show notes. And again, like always, eBay for sellers. There's gonna be a lot of updates on Instagram. There's already a few videos there that are really funny.
Oh my gosh, they are
And
funny.
really
I
fun.
love what they're doing.
Yeah, the Gen Z, so you gotta go there. I mean, I'm not gonna spill it who's doing it, but it's there. And your boy is already there too, so make sure you drop some positive comments in there, because there's some few that are not positive, so let's offset those.
Let's offset those.
Yeah.
Bury those.
But yeah. But I think that's pretty much it. We will see you on our next episode. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.